I have come back to the caster booth. Gandhi alongside of Bravo. Bravo, what happened in that game too, man?
In that game, what we saw is just really control of the camo led to a really long spree, and ultimately we are now tied in the series 1-1.
All right, well, we are going into game number 3, and unfortunately I didn't get to look at it, but we'll find out together in this one.
Right, we will now.
Kumbaya kind of moment.
Exactly. Looking over the shoulder of Snakebite and those Sennheiser PC350s. We'll see if they can go ahead and go up in the series 2-1. It'll be interesting to see how the momentum shifts now that the series is all equal up. We are going to be live on Nexus King of the Hill.
Well, we do know that Ambush actually did take this one from Instinct, and they are definitely looking to improve here.
Right now, Snakebite, interesting there. He sees all 3 members of Ambush hanging out. He can probably assume that they're going to be heading towards Snipe after seeing them around the gap. He gets top mid control, gets those highly coveted plasmas, gets the kill right there. So they can probably grab some hill time here if he plays his cards right.
Yeah, that was all 4 members down for Team Ambush. Status quo looking good, off to the early lead. Now, Bravo, when you're in this top hill, how do you go about controlling this?
Like I had said a little bit earlier, one thing that you can always do is to have one guy sitting on the rock rank up top and have a guy just rotating in and out of hill. Personally, I know we've said it time and time again, but I really like that strategy. Also, you can make sure you lock down a side base right here. Look at Royal 2 hitting that double body shot. Nice job there from Royal 2. What you want to do is lock down a base here with the sniper rifle. Once you anchor a base, you can make sure no one's spawning behind you and then get that top spawn. Once you have control of top middle, you try to trap them in the other base.
Royal 2 just going on a tear. He's doing a good job at staying alive. He won't do, thank goodness. Cloud's going to be able to clean him up, and now Ambush is looking to get back into this one. Enable staying alive here, and that's kind of the key throughout all of Halo Reach, is you always want to be a difficult kill.
Right, and that I think is not really understood enough by amateur players and players who don't understand and respect this level of play. Staying alive is so important, whereas in free-for-all, you want to get as many kills as possible, and deaths are important. Obviously, you want to stay alive as long as possible and be a really difficult kill in 4v4 Halo Reach.
Enable doing a good job here, just staying alive, but unfortunately for him, Ambush is just 1 second away. Keep in mind, if you are just joining us, King of the Hill, it is the first team to 250 points. The Hill does rotate on Nexus. We have the sniper at the gold, and we have the grenade launcher spawning in the tunnels. We look for big plays out of the sniper as soon as the hill moves to the side.
Right, actually we have weapons dropping right now as we say it, so good call there, Scott. You see we have Formal grabbing the new sniper. I'd love to switch to him to see what he's able to do with this sniper. He's going to try to lock down that sniper area before he pushes out to a base.
Formal just lining up a shot here. Royal 2 being a great, smart play from there. He knows that Formal's going to grab that sniper. He's always going to put himself in that position, so he did a good job to take him down.
Right now, you saw that aggression there from Status Quo. They do not want to let Formal get to the back of that base. Actually, perfect pressure from Enable, who actually just died, but he pushed in really well, made sure he killed Formal. If Formal had gotten control of that sniper in the back of the base, you have a possibility of racking up a lot of time. Excellent awareness from Enable and the entire Status Quo team to push in right away and not let that happen. They now have a slight lead.
Big betrayal there from the members of Ambush. This leaves Richie Hines to just kind of hang out at red base and hope to God he can influence the spawns there. Yes, he has done that, and that's kind of been the story here. Ambush got a pretty lucky break there when I was casting with T squared.
Oh my goodness, tell me about
it. And you know, 10 seconds and you spawn right behind the opposition. You can't predict that.
Yeah, you really can't. Obviously, you want to block that closet spawn, but the fact that one player would get a split and the other 3 would get a spawn across the map, really unbelievable timing for that game to end within 1 second.
Flame Sword rocking the full sail jacket right there. He's just full decked out in sponsors, Steel Series, you name it.
Red Bull, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I didn't want to say RB, you know. It's like kind of annexed here. I'm just kidding. We like all of our sponsors and all of the players who do it. But meanwhile, here we have Flamesword coming off, and you know, he is kind of sick. And Bravo, we have been a part of this for so long. How much of a toll is that going to take on a player if he's feeling under the weather?
Yeah, to be honest, you know, an MLG weekend, you want to feel really great. You know, you have a great time with your friends, but there is a very serious tournament. So you don't want to ever be feeling under the weather. You want to be high spirits, you know, hang out with your friends at night, but also going to bed early and just feeling really well. And honestly, if you're feeling under the weather, that is going to affect you as you're playing Halo.
Yeah, everyone knows Sunday night's the party night.
Right, and before then, no partying.
And by partying, we mean drinking Dr. Pepper,
right.
Hanging out with Mad Cats, chugging NOS, shotgunning NOS cans, you know, just awesome stuff like that.
Right, so now 60-38 as we got into our party talk now. Ambush over status quo. Once again, I don't want to see status quo really give this game to Ambush. We saw Ambush yesterday on a King of the Hill map. If you give them time, they will take that time and they will really rack up a huge lead. They can't let them go out of reach with this whole game.
All right, well, this is pretty much neck and neck here. We are going to go into an Astro listen-in for a couple of minutes. When we come back from this, we're going to have Bravo break down what's going on.
In tunnel, snake fight. Other guy, blue diamond in tunnel, blue diamond in tunnel. Blue diamond still on the diamond. He's going back to base, back to base. Red diamond weak, flame.
Blue diamond one shot, blue diamond one shot. Blue diamond weak, guys.
I'm going for real, I'll go for real.
Another one here, guys.
Just come with me, come with me.
Back blue, blue diamond, enable.
Sniper him, I'm gonna die.
Enable's blue diamond. Shut up, nice. Enable's gonna go blue straight. He's already there.
Sniper him, shooting me, sniper him. Red square got me, red arrow. Front of red. In tunnels, guys. In tunnels.
Those one shot, I think. Alright, tunnel, blue grass.
Shot hill, enable.
One's rushing, shot it.
Watch out front of our base. Snake fight.
Blue streak. Got it, in front of red.
In hill, going for hill. In hill.
Shots for square.
2 red diamond, 1 hill. It's top blue, they're all over blue. Let's get 2. They're all over blue. Stay alive. Stay alive.
We got 2.
I got it. Alright, I'm going top rocks, Brad. Brad, get out of tunnel.
Blue diamond, blue street also. 2 blue diamond were weak.
Top rocks, flame. I got one.
Shots.
Top blue. Snake fight's weak, top blue. Blue diamond side, back blue.
Nice job.
2 blue diamond side, back blue.
Sorry,
No shield, blue diamond.
I'm one shot.
One's no shield.
I got hill, man. I got hill.
Watch out. I got him.
2 shots going to arrow. 2 shots.
He's going arrow.
Keep milking time when we kill this guy.
I got this guy going to diamond. Blue diamond.
Dead, get him.
Nice. Everyone look somewhere.
Who's watching what? My spawn at red.
That's 2 flame right now.
Native top middle side.
Spawn at red.
Square.
I got naded.
Flames no shield.
Yeah.
Watch out top middle. Do that.
That's 2.
Tunnels. In back tunnel. Rolls weak.
One shot. Lifting one shot.
Got him. Blocking diamond.
Set up again.
Hill weak. I got him.
Someone switch in.
Look at hill, Matt.
No, just
Top green, our street.
What's that? Nice.
I'm getting top base.
I spawn blue.
Top middle still. Let's get hill.
Can we get hill, guys?
I'll go for it.
How much you got?
Watch everything. Sniper, inside.
Box the snipe.
Two in snipe.
Snipe right now. Two snipe. I can't. Look at the snipe.
Top middle, gap.
Regress.
I got gap guy. Our grass, front of base.
You also on that. Just stay there.
Under blue going back to the base.
Under blue, guys. Under blue.
Alright, I spawn at red. I'm gonna go snipe.
On their street. Kill the guy their street, guys. There's a guy their street. We need to go. Richie, I'm coming top rush with you. Top their base too. Hold on, Richie, I'm coming.
Regress weak. I'm in this too.
Dude, that's snipe. There's a guy snipe. There's a guy snipe.
If you can, if you want.
I'm in front.
I'm dead. Top kill me.
Top green. In tunnel, 2 top green.
I'm one shot. Go back to goal.
Heinz, one shot. I got Heinz. One shot. I got one. Nice. Watch closet. Stay alive, man.
Block it, closet.
He killed me.
I'm running.
They did it. For the red. 2 guys for the red.
I'm not eating. I got any sniper.
Stay alive. No one's still
I'm dead. Matt, got a sniper behind you. Get all the hill. Get all the hill.
They might. Red Jackal cuts in. I'm pushing red snipe.
Blue elbow. In tunnel.
I'm looking.
Matt, who's sniper behind you?
In tunnel, my top green was gray.
One shot, top goal formal. Absolute.
Where's he going?
Top green still. Top green.
One shot.
There's 2 guys top green. Heinz is one. Dude, there's 3 guys green. 3 guys green. Stay alive. Go Jekyll. Nice. One shot top green. Nice. Do that.
Hill guy's weak and GL top blue.
Yeah,
GL blue flank. GL blue flank. Shoot the hill. Just shoot the hill.
I can't shoot hill.
Blue elbow. Stay alive, dude.
APG's weak in hill.
Front of blue with grenade launcher. Heinz. Front of Mike connector. Mike with grenade launcher. One nice. Mike. Blue plant. Mike. He's going. Snipe. Mike. Run. He's that snipe. Mike. Blue flat, I think blue flat.
Staying back right.
Blue flat.
He's got blue jackal.
Stay alive, guys. Stay alive. And snipe and blue too. Hey, Gap. Everyone focus on Gap after we kill snipe.
Gas weak. I got shot. Call's weak.
Cloud there. No one top snipe.
Kill me.
Foremost top snipe. You got shoot hill, guys. One shot. Hill's one shot.
One shot blue street.
I can't see
He's shooting.
You guys gotta shoot him.
I'm gonna push
He's
him.
weak. He's one shot. APG should be one shot.
No, he's not. He's weak though.
Top green.
APG was still blue. APG's dead. Blue flat. I'm not.
PJ, watch this line.
Watch
Red snipe. I left him in.
You gotta.
He's at snipe.
I'm going red side. I'm like, Hines, you get flanked. I got it.
Two dead, guys, two dead.
Dude, I'm getting it from blue flat.
We won.
Dude, I got killed. All right.
30 seconds left.
3 dead.
I'll be
Blue
able to
2.
know, I'll be able to
Mike,
know.
yeah,
Blue flag,
stay there. Blue 2, Mike. Stay there, Mike.
Stay alive.
Two flag.
Give me 2 Jekyll cuts.
20 seconds for us, guys.
Pushing snipe.
Push street formal.
Hey.
I'm gonna
Stay alive. Stay alive. Blue street. There's two top green.
There's 2 and a snipe. In tunnel.
Shoot the hell, Mike. I'm holding flag.
Hines is 1 shot, dude. In tunnel.
Everyone stay alive.
Tunnel. Kill it.
APG,
Mike, do not go through, Mike.
Watch lifting, watch lifting.
Top green, Mike, and in tunnel.
I'm looking top green weak. I'm not shield.
Hines is dead. That's
Nice.
2 dead. In tunnel. Red tunnel with 2. He's got 2. Red 2.
It's weak,
I got snipe.
Red 1 with 2.
Red 1 for the red guys.
Don't die.
They might rush snipe. Add snipe. I got 4 more. Dude, I'm 1 shot. I'm 1 shot.
Middle kid. Ian, watch this goal.
I need him, Mike. Stay alive. Mike, just go in the back corner, Mike. I'm watching
He's
snipe.
gonna name me.
PJ, hold green.
Mike, I'm watching.
With 5 minutes just remaining here, we are seeing just a battle, to say the very least. Bravo. How come neither of these teams can get a big lead?
I think what we just saw was we went to the listen, and Ambush did have that pretty big lead over Status Quo. Without a doubt, you guys heard it yourself in the Astro listening. Excellent communication from Status Quo to really tie up this game. Now they're only down by 10 seconds. They really took time. They made sure they were finishing each kill, and really good. You hear Royal 2 saying stuff like, "Hey, I can't help. I'm still alive. I need to stay alive." So just really the small talk that we talked about yesterday, these little details that are often overlooked in terms of communication. Really nice job from Status Quo to get right back in this game.
Cloud does have the sniper. He's going to be trying to move it around here. He has Royal 2 in his sight. Royal 2 just blind firing the pea shooter, telling him to back up, and he is going to be cleaned up. Cloud still staying alive here, and he does have the sniper in a very, very dominant position. No one milking hill time here, which is a little bit surprising, and now finally we see as a little desperation push, and Cloud's going to be able to clean up, and he is now on a killing spree. Meanwhile, Royal 2 is the only one alive for his team. He has to wait for them to respawn. Look at that trickery nade right there.
Nade there, and it gets him a kill on Formal. Nice job. That is so huge. Look how he pushes up the top middle. He's the center point right now for his team. He gets that. He's going to push in. You know, his whole team's pushing behind him at snipe. Really nice job here jumping into the base.
Royal 2 just looking for the weak players here. Hines is going to get cleaned up. That's going to be 2 members down for Ambush. Royal 2 realizing that they are getting the God spawn once again. They just keep getting these closet spawns. They must know a trick at this point, or they are just have a horseshoe just like hanging out.
They could definitely be hiding that last player in the closet. They probably know pretty well how to do that. As you see, new sniper coming up. We're going to want to see who's grabbed that. Also, there's been able to. But Hines is taken out. He had the 2. So right now, still a very close game. Now they're going to want to push in. I can't believe how easy Royal 2 made that play look. He pushed top mid. The first grenade was bad. Second grenade was good. And he gets the kill on Formal, and his team pushes in, and now they're right back in the game. Royal 2 really playing so well this weekend. I know he was a big player, very much talked about in the offseason. So very happy to see him really stepping it up here in Columbus.
It's the curly hair, dude. It's got to be it. It's all it's coming down to. Royal 2 just sitting in the hill. His teammates are just covering as much of the map as possible. Keep in mind, this will be going the distance here with time, and the next hill will be moving to blue base, but we have to see as these teams will be milking this top hill just a little bit, but the end-all goal is to set up at blue.
Oh, definitely, and also, Scott, along with that, every little bit of time they do get here in this top hill could really influence the game. We've seen so many Nexus Hill games really end only a few seconds, especially last series. So expect teams to really try to take advantage of this. There's 1 minute left in this hill. If they can't control it, they want to make sure the other team is out of it. But really, like you said, locking down the last base is going to be the top priority right now.
Now, Bravo, it's all tied up 1-1 in the series. The winner of this goes to the grand finals. How important is it to win this game number 3?
I mean, this game, it really just gives you that cushion. You know you can afford to lose the next game, and you'll still have a stab at game 5. But I can tell you right now that neither team is looking to do that. They want to win this game and the next game and head to the finals.
Hines with impressive shots is going to be able to clean up Enable. And now we're seeing that Status Quo is actually take the lead. We are just a couple points away here. In 15 seconds, as soon as my sentence is done, there it is. The hill will be moving to blue base, and Status Quo all got red bases, so look for the flood.
And now, right now, Ambush grabbing that 2. They're setting up for grenade launcher. Let's see who's going to grab the sniper as weapons just dropped. Royal 2 might be able to sneak away with it here and keep his team in the lead.
Oh.
Hits the body shot behind. That's huge. Hopefully they can finish that. That'd be very a waste right there of a skill if they don't finish that kill.
Royal 2 so with the sniper, he's jumping top middle. They're just swarming over the blue base. Cloud does have the grenade launcher. He is looking, spots Royal 2. Royal 2 gonna poke shot, but he has to be careful here. They cannot afford to die at all. Cloud doing some big damage, Formal pushing in. Royal 2 just doing a good job keeping him at bay. Cloud will go down, but so will Royal 2, and the other members of Status Quo are kind of scattered throughout blue base, and Enable with a humongous double kill.
That was 4 down right there, and I think, without a doubt, he's blocking the Cloud's spawn right here, Royal 2. I don't think they have to worry about the enemy team coming back. As long as they just do everything right here, don't have to worry about this last push. It looks like just
GG.
about that is going to be the end of the game as you hear the crowd applaud. So, excellent job right there. Huge Status Quo. They're going to go ahead and take that, and they're also going to get a 2-1 lead in the series. As we talked about, that's huge, Scott.
Yeah, that's definitely big for him, Bravo. We're looking at just a completely different outlook here. Losers bracket finals. Flamesword's going to stand up. Status Quo is now up 2-1 over Ambush, the #1 seed, taking on the #6 seed. Let's take a look at the NOS performance of the match. Flamesword, look at him bouncing back after that final.
He had a reason to stand up as well. 35 and 24, making him a positive 11. Actually, all 4 members of Status Quo going positive, and none once again on Ambush. We've seen that a lot, actually, Scott. That the stats have actually been telling the tale of the game. So really nice job there. Props to Status Quo for taking that game.
Now, there's one thing I would like to ask before we go to a commercial break.
Sure.
Do you guys think we're going to go to a Game 5? Kind of mixed.
Yeah.
Kind of mixed. Now, with that said, game #4, capture the flag, of course, is what it's going to be. What can we expect?
You're going to expect a big aggressive start from both these teams, and I say that because both these teams, take a look at the players, Flamesword, Snakebite, Royal 2, Heinz, APG, Formal, all very aggressive players. You're going to expect both teams to try to really get those power weapons right away and get an early lead, and not just hold on to that lead, but just power through to 5 flag caps.
All right, well, we are going to have a quick word with our sponsors when we come back. Game #4 and the losers bracket finals of our championship Sunday. Stay tuned.